What is going on, everyone? Hope you're doing well, and welcome to another episode of the Misplay Mafia podcast. I'm Matthew Jambois, Pokemon professor and captain of the Misplay Mafia, joined here once again by my friend Austin. Austin, how's it going, buddy?
Doing well. Yeah, I'm doing well. I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. We had a good weekend in Houston. Uh, the work this week is not good. Like they're making me not be able to just think about Pokemon the entire time, having to actually do my job. So that's kind of depressing after going to a regional where you're just like your thoughts are only Poke for like 4 days or whatever.
Yeah.
uh the coming back to reality kind of sucks, but Houston was a blast. Got to hang out with a bunch of people, all of our Pokemon friends. It's just really fun to get together and do stuff like that, eat good food. Went to a Brazilian steakhouse for the first time. That was insane.
Yeah.
Literally, they just come around to your table with meats and just slice a little bit off, and they don't stop until you tell them to. So it's just like you can't even finish the current meat you're eating before the next one comes.
I need to go to one of those. That just sounds like heaven to me.
It was insane. It was like you drop 60 and then you just go all in.
Wild.
It's like unlimited. And then there was like this smoked cheese with honey on top. Oh yeah, I cried a little bit. I saw Devin kind of have to like take a break and he like paused.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. That sounds
But no,
incredible.
Houston was good. What about you? How are we feeling after the weekend?
Feeling pretty good. I know I'm going to Orlando, you're not. And so definitely I've been reflecting harder on the weekend than probably you have. I told myself whenever I came home that I wasn't going to touch any cards for a couple days just to kind of, take that mind, like take the pressure off, move on from the tournament, and then like ramp it back up and like on Wednesday. And by Monday morning at 11 o'clock, I was in my deck building room trying out different stuff. I was already texting Jawan and Alec being like, hey, what about this tech as like, for this matchup? For
Already started
this.
the cooks.
Yeah, already starting. So, definitely excited for Orlando, especially after the run that I had. But we'll get into that later. But yeah, kind of like you, being a teacher and all, I had to get a sub for Friday, so we could travel. So I came back to a whole hot mess express in my classroom today, but it's okay. We play catch up and we move on. Things are being fine. I'll grade everybody's work stuff later during another time.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we figure it out. The life of a teacher, let me tell you. That's our motto.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, in this week's episode, we're just really going to talk about our runs in Houston, and then we will have our misplay of the week. We have a very special one from this past weekend to talk about. And then we will wrap things up by making predictions for the Seville and Cape Town special events that are happening this weekend, and how we predict the meta will kind of shift between Houston and Orlando, especially in this perfect order format we've got going on. So, also go ahead, just kick us off. How was your Houston run? Your whole experience?
The Houston run was not ideal for sure. So the deck we both settled on, save 60, was Honchkrow.
Absolutely.
Team Rocket's Honchkrow. Out of the 2,600 players, there were 16 or 18 Honchkrows.
Actually, let me pull up Limitless right now. I can tell you.
I know it's one or the other. But
Uh,
our group was 6 of them.
yes. There was 18 Honchkrows.
So 18 Honchkrows. We had 6 of them. I felt great about the deck. Obviously, it's not a high tier deck. It's more fun than anything, but I think that's the most important part. Firstly, going into a regional is make sure you have fun with your deck and you're not upset. Um, I started off the tournament with a misplay, but we'll talk about that. Like literally, game one, turn two was a misplay, which is crazy to think about in hindsight how quickly that happens. But if you're not on top of it and you overthink and you're thinking about turn five when you're on turn two, it's that's how misplays happen. But
Absolutely.
I ended up going 4-4. I'll just kind of talk about round by round. how I did. So my first round, I hit a Flareon Dragonite, which is not a bad matchup. I would say it's a good matchup for me. Our Mimikyu can copy Flareon, and it's fine. So game one, I do a misplay, and we'll talk about that. So I lose game one. Game two, I beat him very, very quickly. So game three, I'm like, okay, I just need to wrap this up. I even scooped game one very fast because it was his first regional. His name was Juan, great guy, really nice, but he was just a little bit of a slower player. So game three, I needed he left just Dragonite and I only had like one attacker left and the only attack I could do was like a Hotchkrow. And he had Dragonite in the active, and if people don't know, Mega Dragonite has 370 HP. That means I need 7 supporters for my Hotchkrow. And I do all my thinning, I do as much as I can, and I think off this like last pokey or roto stick I needed 2 supporters and I only hit 1. So I was one
Ooh.
short. So my opponent got it, you know. So that was sad, but I messed up the first game, so I completely take that loss. The second round, I play against Megalopony Dusknoir, which is a really easy matchup for us. They can't wipe us fast enough that we can take a 2 prize, or that we can not take a 3 prize turn because they're playing the Megas. So I 2-0'd him. A really great guy named Jason was nice. Round 3, so it puts me at 1-1. Round 3, I was against Dragapult. Hit 3 Dragapults in the tournament. This was against Benjamin. He was also great. Game 1, I get a game loss when I'm ahead in that game. So I get a game loss for he itchy pollen me, and then I did like God, I think 8 actions.
Come
Like
on, man.
it was such an irreversible board. Like there's no way we had a judge call and they were trying to walk it back, and I was like, well, I did this and I did this and I did this, so I knew it was gonna be a game loss. So I just made sure I was like, hey, I just want to make sure we have enough time. So the judge even gave us an extra minute that he should have. Just I just want to make sure we're gonna finish. Game two, I beat him very convincingly, and then game three comes down to the wire again of like, oh, with this deck, you either have to make sure you have the energy or you have to have the supporter. And against the Dragapult matchup, they're always going to Iono you, so it's hard to build your supporters back up or it's hard to get the energy. That game in particular, I had all my supporters I needed. I just needed an energy to take the last knockout. Didn't get there, and he gets me in game three. So that puts me at 1-2. So I was feeling pretty rough at that point. I was like, I'm misplaying round one and then a misplay in round three. I'm like, okay, we gotta tighten up here. So round four, I hit another Dragapult. I 2-0 him. That felt really good, just because we've been grinding that matchup pretty hard the night before, just to make sure we knew we hit a lot of them.
Yeah,
Round
pretty big mana
five,
percentage.
yeah, that one is definitely one you need to prep for if you're going to any sort of big tournament. You want to know what the top decks are and how to play against them. Round five, I hit Frost Last Monkey Dory, which is a very weird matchup. It's not great. You have to be very aggressive and manage your energies because you have to attack 6 times, which is not normal in our deck. Normally it's just 3 or 4, but you have to make sure you can swing 6 times. And this deck is also hard because of how much spread, and the Ting Lu is also a big factor. So they're trying to build up all the damage on you to go for a Devo or whatnot. I was able to 2-0 him, but we almost went to time. I would have settled with a tie, honestly. I had a tie to give. But I played against Peter. Peter had a sick mat. It was like all the like cats of Pokemon. It's a Pokemon like mat.
That
I know
was
they released it. That's what he was telling me.
what? Oh, I gotta find this.
It's like
You
a
keep
it's like
talking.
got
I'm gonna find it. I'll show the people.
Yeah, it's like Litten and Skitty, and they're like all like playing with like cat toys. It's like I don't know. I'm not even a cat person. I just thought that was a sick mat. So the entire time I was like complimenting on his mat. He's like, I'm trying to figure out my ticks. I'm like, I'm sorry. I thought your mat was cool. But no, Peter was really nice. So that was round five, putting me at 3-2. At this point, I'm feeling pretty good. Back in the, I got 2 wins. And I figured, okay, like I just need to hit like my matchups that I really want, my Saraledges, my Raging Bolts, my Goldengos, like give me any of those. So round six, I hit one of the only 3 Mega Latias Poison decks. I checked. There was only 3 playing the entire event.
And you hit one of them.
and I hit one of them.
That's
And
that's incredible. Good job.
so I thought it was weird when he rolled his dice and chose first after winning the coin flip because I was like, okay, not many decks want to go first. I was like, maybe it's like Terrazar, they like going first. But I wasn't too worried about it. So luckily, I led Murkrow. I didn't have another Pokemon, but I led Murkrow, and he starts flooding the bench with the Squawk ability, the Brute Bonnet, and I'm like, oh, he's gonna play. He's playing the Poison. And because I've never played against this matchup, I thought in my head, well, at first I was like, oh, okay, well, this is gonna be pretty fine. I mean, he's playing Mega Latias. That's 3 prizes. Only need 5 supporters to knock him out. Shouldn't be too bad. The problem with this matchup is that whenever Mega Latias strafes and the poison ticks and he strafes into Petron, it does exactly 140. So he knocks my Honchkrows out with poison, so I'm not able to archer him, and it's just a bad time. Um, he wins game one barely by me whiffing a supporter, and then he wins game two by me whiffing an energy. And very nice guy. His name was James. I think it was his first regional as well. And props to people who like playing the fun decks. I'm the same way. I literally took a picture of his deck and I thought it was hysterical that he played that. I thought it was really cool. Um, but I don't know what I could have done differently. In the second game, I had a massive hand and he's a Rosix to me, which again,
Not good.
why is he playing Zerosix? I have no idea.
Comeback
But
potential, man.
he was playing Zerosix, and I think I might have changed. Like I can't remember exactly what my hand was, but if
Did
I
you
would have
did you
maybe
keep an
let
Ariana at least?
I, the thing was is I couldn't take a knockout. I didn't have enough. It was something weird. I needed the. It's like I couldn't get into a Honchkrow that turn. I could only get into a Porygon. So I kept a Giovanni, but I didn't keep a Stadium, and he Stadium bumped me.
Mm.
So after the Giovanni, I just didn't have a way to get an energy. So I was just an energy short from getting that second game. But if I would have won the second game, we definitely would have tied. We wouldn't have time for game three, and my tournament run would have been alive. Unfortunately, I lost to James, so that made me 3-3, which put me out of contention. But I still played out my last 2 rounds. I almost always played out, just because. I mean, I don't know. I like playing
Points.
poke, and I don't want to play Sidemans. Yeah, there's points as well. Round 7, I hit Zoroark, and that one was just weird. I won game one. He won game two. Game three came down to I needed the 5 supporters, and he INO'd me to 2, and I'm doing my thing, and I had the energy, and I Ariana, and I'm doing Roto Stick, and I do my last Roto Stick, and my last Roto Stick needs to hit 2 supporters, and I even do it face up because I'm like, hey man, like if I get it right here, I win. If I don't, you win. Like I was like, I'm gonna scoop to you if I don't hit it. So I did them face up, and the first one was a supporter. I was like, all right, nice. And then the second one wasn't, the third one wasn't, and the last one wasn't. So I lost that game, unfortunately. But that was George. George was really cool. So he was playing a 2-1, which I think this is the Ian Robb Zoroark list where they run a 2-1 Darmanitan line, and he was just so thankful that he never prized the Darmanitan because he said if I would have prized Darmanitan, I would have lost. And I was like, yeah, it probably would have been a lot harder time for you. And then so that put me at 3-4. Last round, round 8 against Renji, which I told him his name was sick. Really laid back, chill guy playing Dragapult. By this point, I'd played against so much Dragapult, it was not even an issue. And game one, I take that convincingly. Game two, he had a really, really, really slow start. So nothing he could do really. I popped off after that, and I 2-0 Renji. But ended 4-4. A lot of things I would have changed in the moment of my games, but I have zero regrets for running the deck. Really, really enjoyed it. If I was going to Orlando with y'all, I'd run back the same 60, probably, just to give it another go. The deck's a lot of fun. So if my losses are, oh, I whiffed one supporter or I whiffed one energy, I'm cool with that. I'm just trying to have a good time,
Yeah.
and I think Houston was that for me. For us to have 6 people on the same deck, was a lot of fun.
It was.
That
It was.
that part was super super sick. And
It
I'm
was
not
like
gonna spoil
all
anything.
comparing stats and everything, and
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm not gonna spoil anything, but I'll let Matthew go ahead and talk about his run.
All right. So my run was pretty interesting to say the least. I had probably the best start to a tournament or a major that I've ever had. Started off round one hitting a cerule edge. This dude's named DJ. And the best way that I could describe this dude, and you guys know him because he's been on the pod before, but he was an off-brand Jawan. And what I mean by that is if you know Jawan, you know his sense of humor, you know his Hawaiian shirts, you know this man loves to work out, and you know this man loves his fire types. This man had fire type sleeves, the Hawaiian shirt going, definitely went to the gym. I was like, man, you are just Jawan, but the Great Value brand. So anyways, played against that dude. And he was super chill at first until I had to call a judge on him. I had knocked out his cerule edge that had a legacy energy on it, and I took my one, and I did everything fine. But then the following turn, he flipped the script and saw 4 instead of 3. And I don't like being that person because I knew what the fourth card was. Like, he didn't put it to his hand. He like immediately placed it back down. But
Yeah.
I was like, on the off chance that it's something, big or whatever, I was like, I can't let this slide. And so I called the judge. It was a 2 prize penalty. I had 3 prizes left. He scooped it up. He's like, yeah, you just win that. With me having a 2 prize advantage, being a single prize deck. He saw the writing on the wall very clearly. And anyway, so then game 2 goes. Oh no, sorry, that actually took place in game 2. Game 1, he started 2 Char Cadets and nothing but energy. So I knocked out the first Char Cadet, and he's like, can you knock out this one? I was like, yeah, I can. He's like, all right, let's go to game 2. And
Dude.
so, got pretty lucky right off the bat. And I was feeling really good. Cerule Edge is a very nice matchup for us. So then round 2, I hit a guy named Kenneth. He was on Dragapult Dustnor. And unlike Austin, I did not practice this matchup like I should have. I'm going to just be 100% honest. But Team Rocket's Articuno came in clutch, not being able to. I knew what to do. I just hadn't practiced it. But Team Rocket's Articuno came in clutch, protecting my babies. He was like, man, doing Phantom Dive just to knock out the only active feels bad. A Dustnor pop on the Articuno, and you still can't knock out a Murkrow feels really bad. He kind of, when he realized like all the types of shenanigans that I had going on, even with the Team Rocket's Mimikyu copying the Terra type attack, he shut down. He was very quiet. I mean, he was a cool guy, definitely a respectable opponent, but he just kind of shut down because it's not fun to play kind of a bad matchup or a matchup you don't really know that could definitely swing unfavored. Mimikyu definitely came in clutch in that one because it took the last knockout. I've fallen 1 supporter short from knocking out his Dragapult, but he still had 3 prizes left to take. And so I just swung with all 5, benched Mimikyu, promoted it, Team Rocket's energy, and then copied Phantom Dive to knock out the one on the bench with the Phantom Dive 60. So, yeah, took that one pretty well. So I started off this tournament 2-0, and I was feeling great. Played at the highest table number I've ever played at in a major, which was table 31. Ooh. I was like freaking out. I was like, man, I've never been this high, and I'm playing Honchkrow. I'm like, if I win this, I'm like, there's a good chance I'm on stream. Like a Honchkrow going 3-0 be absolutely insane. It was really cool too. I didn't mention this at the time because it didn't happen, but there was actually some people from the broadcast team watching our match. So I really felt it. I was like, if I win, I'm going on stream. But I sit down against round 3 against this guy named Andy, and Andy's playing our worst matchup in the room, which is Marnie's Grimmsnarl. Which is just really bad for the damage spread that they can do, the Devo plays, being able to take just multiple prize cards per turn. And let me tell you, every time I was against Andy, I would either have all my supporters, but with the energy, or I would have the energy, but be a supporter short. And in that matchup, you don't swing unless you have the damage unless you are taking knockouts, because they're just going to monkey dory it all back to your side of the field, which just helps them take those prize cards. And every time I would fall something short, he immediately had Iono right after. So it would be back to square one. And, he was a super chill guy. We laughed a bunch during our match. So definitely enjoyed playing against him. Would do it again. 10 out of 10 opponent. Just not the matchup I needed to see at the time.
Yeah.
Round 4, I played a guy named Dominic. Dominic was on Charizard Pidgeot with the Dusknoirs, which can be a little scary. Game 1, I won because he did not know how to play the matchup at all. He actually ended up evolving into a Charizard, but then swinging with Pidgeot. And I was very confused for a time there. I guess maybe he just didn't like my stadium.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like, why would you give me your quick searcher? You know, like it was only like he only had one Pidgeot. He didn't even have a backup Pidgey. And he swung with the Pidgeot, leaving it vulnerable. I was like, okay, this is wild. So I won game 1. Game 2, I whiffed energy on him to knock out a Zard in a very crucial time. So he got game 2. And then we ended game 2 with like 30 seconds left on the clock. And we're like, well, hey, one of us could get the donk maybe. But then I started Proton and he had Buddy Poffin, and we just we called it there because I was like, I hit the Proton and I was like, do you have a way to get other basics out? He's like, yeah, I've got Poffin and Lily, and I'm like, all right, never mind, we're done.
Yeah, chalk that up.
Yeah, we chalked that up to a tie, which was fine. I mean, I'm only a loss and a tie, so still in contention by round going into round 5. Round 5, I actually hit a Kanga Bouffalant wall. That matchup's not fun. I'm gonna just say it right now. That matchup is not fun. She started the Kanga and a Boof, but then she benched a Dwebble. So I kind of got excited. I was like, maybe this is just more of a Crustle build than Kang Boof. And I was wrong, because we have to have 7 supporters to knock out a Kangaskhan with Bouffalant in play with the Bravery Charm, and we got to find Stadium Bump. That's about 8 cards for those of you who are bad at math. Maybe 9. Maybe I miscounted. But anyways, really bad. Even though, yes, they are just knocking us out one at a time with the Kangaskhan. We can't tank hits, which hurts. If we swing into them without taking a knockout, they either monkey dory it back onto our side, or they ice cream heal, which happened. So it was pretty unfortunate. So I ended up losing that round 2-0. She was really nice opponent. Actually had me sign her playmat right afterwards. She was the first person to ever had me sign a playmat like that I've played against in a regional. So I was like, oh, well, this is unique, you know. Thought about stealing her idea, but probably not. I like my playmats a little bit too much.
So she had all of her opponents sign the playmat?
Yeah.
So I've had someone, this was at San Antonio, the last time we went to San Antonio, he was doing it where every person he beat, he would ask them to sign their playmat. And I told him no. And he was like, "Oh, come on. I've already gotten like 2 signatures." And I was like, "Yeah, man, you've got the wrong idea. Like, that's not the
No,
way you word that. You should say your opponents, not everyone I've beaten."
man, that's
Yeah,
tasteless.
so
That's so
no.
tasteless.
I was like, "No, thank you. That sounds terrible."
Yeah, but yeah. So hit her. She actually ended up making day 2. Super proud of her. I knew she would. The way she played it, you could tell. I got a question. Does
Yep.
Makani have a sister?
No idea. I know Makani has a brother
I know
who
Makani
won
is
a regional.
right, but I'm just asking because it's the same last name, which I know it's a very common last name, but
I don't know. Let's look into that.
the way she was playing felt very like high skill leveled with it.
I'll look into it. That's a good question.
Yeah. Well, while you look into that, I'm gonna keep going.
Yeah.
Round 6, I hit another Ceruledge. Kind of felt like a breath of fresh air to finally see something that wasn't rough for me. And my opponent had never played against Honchkrow before, had no clue what to do. And game 1, he straight up asked me, he's like, "You're a single prize deck, aren't you?" And I was like, "Yeah, I am." And I think that dude let out the biggest sigh that was heard around the event hall.
Yeah.
And he kind of got immediately tilted, didn't talk to me for the rest of the match other than like stating actions. He also did kind of brick, which is also unfortunate. So you're hitting a bad matchup and then you brick. I feel for the dude. But I took that one 2-0 as well. Then we have round. So that puts me at, that puts me at 3-1-2. Or no, sorry, 3-2-1. And so I'm going into round 7. My back is up against the wall because I have to win out now. And go into round 7, and I hit another Dragapult Dusknoir. And this guy, Christopher, was an amazing guy. We had so much fun playing this match. Just cutting up, talking about the deck, like talking about Honchkrow and everything. He's like, "Man, that's really unique, really cool." And he was telling me how he actually had like day 2'd like 5 different times with Joltik Box, but he made a bet with a friend, and his friend's like, "Dude, you got to play something else." He's like, "If you day 2 with something else, I'll buy you the SIR Pikachu." Ooh. And I really wanted to scoop to brother right then and there, just so homie could like get the Pikachu.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm playing Honchkrow, and I really wanted it to be like Honchkrow's first day 2. And so I'm like, we'll just kind of see what happens. We had already decided that there would be no, like we knew, like both of us knew our backs were up against the wall. There was no tying. There was going to be a winner and a loser. And he was super chill about that. We ended up game 1, I got. Game 2, he got. Nothing crazy happened in those games, really. Kind of the same thing with my round 2 opponent. But then game 3, we go to time, and I have 2 prizes left. He's got 2 prizes left as well. And I had a damaged Porygon on my board. So it was either I win this turn or I lose, basically. And then we went to time. It was also my last turn. So no, sorry, I'm down to 1 prize card. That's what it was. I was down to 1, not 2. And I had a Honchkrow on the bench with the energy, a Honchkrow in the active, and he Ionos me to 1. And I'm like, great, we're screwed. And anyways, the one that he Iona'd me into was a Roto Stick. And I'm like, all I need to do off this Roto Stick is I need to hit Giovanni and another supporter because he had a Monkey Dory on his bench. Yep. So if I were to hit the Giovanni, another supporter, I play the Giovanni, bring up the Honchkrow on the bench with the energy attached. He brings up his Monkey Dory, And then because of weakness, I only need one. So I play the roto stick and I hit it. I hit exactly what I needed. It was a Giovanni and an Ariana for the win.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, it was like highlight of the weekend right there. Probably one of those one of those plays that I'm just going to talk about forever because of how intense and sick it was. So yeah, definitely. But he was super cool about it. He was like, man, that's just, like it's crazy that you just hit it. And so yeah, super happy about that. So then I go into round 8 and still in contention. This is wild. I was not expected to get this far. I had to win out from round 5 on. So I hit double wins, and now I sit down at round 8 against this guy named Alexander. And Alexander is so much fun to play against. I actually ended up telling him the Halucha story because he complimented me on my Halucha. And I was like, dude, I hate it. And I'm like, depending on if you're a cool guy or not, I'll tell you the story.
Yeah.
And he was super cool. We joked around. But as Alexander was shuffling, I peeped an Impidimp.
Oh yeah, brother.
And I was like, the run's over, So we played.
Yeah, it's rough.
Yeah, we played it out. He too owed me, but I played it the best that I could, like in case there was a misstep on his part or whatever. But yeah, just didn't get it. It was actually his first day too. So super excited.
So someone's
yeah, super excited for him. Glad he got to day 2. Looking at his record, it looked like he scrubbed out of day 2.
Damn, unlucky.
Yeah, because we were both 4-3-1, which then his win over me put him at 5-3-1, and then he proceeded to go 5-7-2.
Alexander, no.
yeah. So brother had kind of a rough day too, but that's fine. At least he made it. He got some prizing, got some points. Good for him. Hopefully. But yeah, that was my run. Sorry that it was a lot better than Austin's because Austin was the one that put me onto the deck.
That's okay.
But
as long as the deck was doing well, we all did well.
Yeah. Brock, someone from kind of our group. He's from nearby locals that then will travel over to ours. We've known him for years. He was on it as well, and he is actually the first and only person to day 2 with Rockets Honchcrow. So that's huge shout out to Brock. We were all cheering him on. He ended up 202nd place with a record of 8-4-2. So he just did phenomenal.
Mm-hmm. He had a lot of fun with it. Him and Devin both. Devin was like you, made it to his winning end, but lost to Grimsnarl. Really sad.
Yeah.
But they only did one thing different. They cut a roto stick and added another air balloon. It doesn't matter if you do that or not. The list is what it is. But it's super awesome. And then our fallen soldiers, Cam and Gavin. Yeah, they did not have good runs.
Okay, Cam was purely luck. He hit everybody that knew how to play the matchup.
Yeah, me and him actually hit the same opponent, which was funny. And then Gavin hit Ireland round 3 or 4.
Yeah,
something early.
Hold on, I'm going back to it because let's see. Just pulling it up real fast. Round 5 actually.
Round 5, yeah. So they, local suicide. You have to fight each other. It's not fun.
Yeah.
But Ireland can never win that matchup. It's just Sarah Lynch can't win.
Yeah.
So that was really bad. I told Gavin he should have just given it to Ireland, but he didn't listen.
Well, I mean, they were both out of day 2 contention at that point because, no, because the win over Ireland kept Gavin in because he was 1-1, so he just had to win out
from there.
And unfortunately had to take Ireland down in the process.
Sad.
Yeah. But it is what it is. But it was a good weekend. I had a lot of fun. Playing some poke, hanging out with you guys. It's always fun when we hit the road on this stuff. But that's about our runs. Let's go ahead and let's just transition to kind of the overall meta.
Mm-hmm.
So we see here, this is just the overall that Dragapult had a 15, almost a 16% meta share. And then the next closest thing to it was in Zoroark with a 10%.
Mm-hmm.
We are not exaggerating when we said that there was a lot of Dragapult Dusknoir. It was everywhere around us.
Yeah, it was a good bit. Zoroark has shot up a lot too.
Well, yeah, the help of Zekrom, dude.
Yeah, that deck kind of shot up, which is nice. And then Golden Go popped back up, which is really good for us. I didn't hit one.
Yeah, me neither.
And yeah, you didn't either, so like that sucked. And then I was even okay with the Gardevoir matchup, didn't hit that either.
Yeah, I was looking at the top 4 decks in the room. I was feeling good. Even the Zoroarks, because the community was kind of split of, do we play Liam's list, which was no Darmanitans, or do we play the Tord Ian Robb list, which was with the Darmanitans? So we kind of had a 50-50 shot on if we were favored into that matchup or not. And so even like with the Zoroarks, but I still didn't even hit any Zoroarks.
I hit the one with the man, so that was a little tough. I probably could have played a little bit better. But yeah, it is what it was. I do think my hypothesis of everybody's gonna play Gardevoir and Charizard for their last ride did not pay off.
No. Orlando maybe.
Yeah,
Because that
Orlando.
is the last event before rotation.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Gardevoir kind of sitting down at the number 4 seed of 6%, and then Charizard even lower down at the number 6 seed of 4%. Which was kind of shocking. That's even Charizard Noctowl. That's not even talking about Charizard Pidgeot, which is even smaller. Of a build, which is kind of crazy. But I am curious now. There was only 32 people playing Kangaskhan Buffalant, and I just happened to hit one.
Yep.
Man.
Hey, 3 people on Mega Latias. Never forget. Never forget.
Yeah. Oh man, people still playing Poison Arch in 2026. What are they doing? Oh,
And there was one Okie Dokie deck, and he day-2'd.
Austin, I hate to break it this to you. There was
What's
not
up?
there was not 3 people on Poison Latias. There was
So I'm looking at it right now.
There's only 2.
I clicked Mega Latias. Oh, one went 0-1 drop. Sorry.
Yeah. So you hit the 1.
I wish I would have hit that 0-1 drop, guy.
Yeah.
Jeremy, where were you at, dog?
Yeah.
We could have been friends.
But yes, pretty interesting. We see a couple Dragonite builds, like a straight Mega Dragonite, Dragonite Electros. I think they just paired the EV box Dragonites together. Which was interesting to see. And then Frostlass Monkey Dory wasn't as high of a meta share as I thought it would be. But let's take a look at the results, because that's the interesting part. Where's the standings? Here we go. We see 2 of them in top 8.
Yep.
Which is very scary for going to Orlando playing Honchkrow. And we also see 2 Frostlass Monkey Dories, and then we also see a Grim up in the mix, and a couple. We see 3 of them just in the top 20. So that's 4 Grims in the top 20.
Yep.
It's a little scary. But
that matchup, if you go fast enough, you can win. But that's the problem. If you miss one turn, they will catch up and they will get enough damage for a board wipe.
Brother, all they need is a rare candy Grimmsnarl, and you're kind of having a bad day.
It's like the same sense of Dragapult, but they play candies. So that's why it's tougher.
That's why it's tougher. It's because of the candies. If Dragapult were to be playing candies, we would not be playing Honchkrow at all.
Yeah. That'd be real tough.
Yeah. But the event was won by Yoshiyuki, playing Mega Absol Box, against Miguel, in the finals on Dragapult. Super sick finals to watch. If you ever want to see some masterclass play, definitely go watch the finals. It was really cool.
The whole top cut was really good, actually.
Yeah.
A lot of good players, and they're not all known players. Most of them are, but very, very, very good.
Yeah. We also see in third place Alex Skamansky, very well known player, playing the Frostlass Dory. Then we see Henry Chow, who I really thought he was going to take the whole event. He was on a run of a lifetime. He was undefeated, going into late into day 2. It looked like this was his tournament to win. Ended up falling just a little bit short to Miguel in top 4. But it happens, you know. I'm not sure. They didn't stream that match, so I'm not really sure.
Oh, Yoshiyuki, he lost to Absol. He lost to
Absol. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
My bad.
No. That match was a little.
That matchup is
That one's a little tough.
Yeah. But sorry, I thought you did play against Miguel. But yeah, that matchup's a little tough. He's overcome it, obviously. I think he had to play a couple. He beat it. He actually beat Yoshiyuki in Swiss. Which is kind of crazy. But yeah. Had a great run. Hit a couple Zoroarks on the way. But I think he ID'd Liam to guarantee cut.
Yeah, after he lost round 12, he saved ID.
Yeah.
He just double ID'd and cut and then got a bye.
Yeah, then hit the ASIM bye. Wild. They also see Liam with his Zoroark build, with no Darmanitans, but also the Elgyem, so more of a control type style list. He's teched out for the Golden Goes with the Toadscruels. Got the Tatsu in here, the Zerosics. Very much so more of an aggressive, they're not aggressive, a control build rather than the aggressive build that we often see from Zoroark.
Yeah, this deck taught me a new card in the format, Nighttime Mine, because once Liam put out his list, all I heard was people trying to find Nighttime Mines.
Yeah.
It's a stadium where Terra Pokemons need 1 more energy to attack. So if anybody didn't know that,
yes,
I didn't.
I didn't either. It was funny. I saw a Raging Bolt list actually play this card. And I was like, I had to read what the card did. And then that's whenever I looked and saw that Liam had it in his list too. I was like, okay, interesting. But it's good for like if your opponent like is playing Charizard and they've already like evolved up and have like committed their energy somewhere else. Great for like Wellspring Mask issues.
Dragapult is a big one as well.
Dragapult's huge because they already are struggling on energies. So, because they can't attack. That's the thing is if they go luminous and like a psychic energy or something, they have to find the fire energy, not the other luminous, because the luminous would then turn off.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's really big for Dragapult as well. So super cool card. Yeah, definitely did not realize what that card did until this weekend. But then let's see. We also got Justin Newdorf that did fantastic on a Dragapult Dusknoir build. Pretty solid. The biggest buff that Dragapult got is these Pokepads, man.
Yeah, the Pokepad's really good. I don't know. Rotation. I'm already thinking about rotation, so I kind of forgot how decks are being played right now, and I just finished a tournament. But ever since I finished, all I've been doing is spamming post row. But no, Pokepad and Dragapult's really, really good. I mean, not having an Ultra Ball for cloaks, that's pretty nice.
Yeah. Speaking of Pokepads, did you judge call anybody or look at anybody's Pokepads?
I checked every opponent and they all played Ascended Heroes.
Okay.
So I checked. I was just be like, oh, can I see your discard pile? Like the turn after. And nah, not a single one was using perfect order ones.
Yeah, I never even heard of a judge call all weekend about it. I saw on Twitter that there was a couple, but the couple that were in the room were definitely not around me. So
No, I didn't see anything personally, but I did check all my opponents. But nope, they all had Ascended Heroes. And vendors were selling them for like $5 to $6. So
yeah,
they had them.
I definitely was like, I jokingly checked one of my opponents. I was like, let me just see that, like we were just joshing around. I was like, let me just,
No one checked mine. Not a single opponent checked mine.
But then I saw something that was everybody was worried about PokePads, and somebody played with a perfect order judge.
Oh, that's funny.
And I was like, man, I didn't even realize that got reprinted in that sense. That is kind of wild.
I actually thought about this because I check my opponent's discards a lot. My first opponent to check my discard pile was in round 5.
Really?
Yeah, so just a fun fact, you need to keep up with what cards your opponents are playing so they don't have access to them anymore. You need to check your opponent's discard. I don't know why people don't do that.
I'm bad about it from time to time, but like if it's a matchup where it matters, like Dragapult with their energies or Charizard,
Iono counts.
Iono counts for sure. I definitely was checking for them, but like if they were playing just standard like stuff or like hadn't really done much, I didn't care. I was like, we'll be, we'll figure it out.
We'll be fine. We'll draw supporters. We'll be good.
One thing I feel like we've got to talk about, because I'm very surprised by this placement, is Anthony Rodriguez got 22nd place with the Mega Lucario.
Ooh.
And we ain't in the post-row world yet, but like this deck getting a top 32 is kind of crazy.
Dang, he beat 2 Goldangas.
Did he hit any Guardies? I gotta know.
Yeah, he beat a Guardian and then tied a Guardian. He beat a Guardian is pretty insane.
Yeah. He lost to a Dango and lost to a Dragapult. Interesting.
Well, super big props to Anthony. That's insane. And only he tied one Absol and then beat the other. I figured that'd be a great matchup.
Right.
No, yeah, that's really, really cool.
Yeah.
Dang. He's ready for post row.
Absolutely he is. He got top 32 with it before the post row. But let's shift gears for a second and let's talk about my prep for Orlando based off of this kind of event. Just for those people that are going to Orlando, that kind of want to know, where I'm at, where you might be, for those, your advice for those going, talk about things like that. So I'm just looking at kind of the conversion rate of this tournament. And this is kind of how I would for any tournament that I'm looking at going into, like prepping. I see that Frostlass Monkey Dory got like a 31% conversion rate, and Grimmsnarl also got about a 35% conversion rate, which isn't bad because most of the time you get about 20% conversion rate's about normal. Even Dragapult Dusknoir got about 20% conversion rate. So the fact that those decks are so high definitely has me a little worried.
Yeah.
So that's definitely influencing my deck choice. Let's see. What was the highest converted deck? The one Okie Dokie player.
Yeah, if you pull Okie Dokie into it, it's tough. I would say, as far as high conversions, you got Grimmsnarl. Crustle is another big one. A lot of Crustles day 2'd.
Yes.
23 of the 60 Crustles day 2'd.
Absolutely. So that's like almost a 40% conversion rate, which is wild. There was a Mega EX that made a day 2, which is crazy. Nice. But like when you look at this stuff, yes, like the conversion rate matters, but you also got to look at the number of decks that were played versus the number that actually made it. So, like,
Mhm.
yes, 1 out of 3 is 33%, but that's not the same as the 149 Grims and 52 of them converted. Like, that's a really good conversion rate for that.
Mhm.
Even like just even based off the percentage alone. So,
Yeah, I think if I was going to Orlando, because I started playing it like on the car ride home, I think I'd play Crystal.
you think Crystal?
I think I'd play that. But um, just because it's so matchup roulette.
Yeah.
Like I talk about matchup roulette of like, oh, sometimes you have good matchups, you have bad matchups. No, Crystal is literally you either win against what you're playing against or you lose.
Yeah.
Um, so you just take a look at the meta, and if it's like, well, does this feel like a good time to play a wall deck? You play it. Other than that, I'd probably play Frostlass Monkey Dory. That deck is just really fun to play and kind of sleeper. It won't be good post rotation, because you'll lose TM Devo, and I think it's a better version of Grimsnarl in my opinion. There's a back and forth about that because I hear people on Twitter say one's better than the other. I just prefer it because it's single prizers. You don't even have to worry about the whole Grimsnarl thing. And it's just very easy to Badoo spam, counter catcher spam. Um, and it's got a good conversion. So I don't know. A lot of cool decks though. It's not just like a top four really. Like you can break it down to all. I mean, you could break it down because Jolted Box still apparently did okay.
Yeah. And
And Sarah Ledge, like
I'm not surprised Joltic Box did fine. I mean, the Pikachu's light ball definitely
mhm.
helps fix the math for them. I honestly was expecting more Joltic Box just because of it. Than only like 80 people playing it.
Yeah.
But the fact that it converted, almost like 25% or 24%, yeah, I'm not surprised. Then see, just keep on scrolling. Dragon Ball Dusknoir we knew would have a great conversion rate. Um, Bolt did not have a great conversion rate, which is really kind of throwing me off of Raging Bolt.
Oh no.
No. I mean, Honchkrow didn't have a great conversion rate either.
Whoa, chill. Think about it. If we didn't play Honchkrow, I already thought about this. If we didn't play Honchkrow, it would have been 12 Honchkrows and none of them day 2'd.
Yeah. No, I'm aware.
Oh, we made it happen.
But actually it was 18. Or was it 12 or 18?
There were 6 of us,
Oh,
so
yes,
there would
this
have been
was
12 total.
true.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that there was 31 Cynthia's Garchomps and not a single one of them day 2'd. It's kind of
That deck
crazy.
is just not. It's not good till post rotation. It's
Yeah.
not good. It's really bad.
No, even just Terra Greninja. There was 21 people on Terra Greninja and they didn't make day 2.
Yep, that's another one.
Yeah. I don't think Greninja's good until the Mega comes out. But
yeah, because then you'll have the option of going into the Mega or going into the Terra, and it's got some really cool lines with that.
Yeah. But definitely looking at this, I mean, I'll just say it right here. I'm either looking at maybe playing Dragapult to Orlando or maybe some type of wall deck, whether that be like Kango Wall or maybe even Crustal. I feel like I might would play Kango with the Crustal in it. Just to kind of help like for some matchups. I forgot what else I was looking at, but I haven't settled on a deck yet. I plan to do that probably either tonight or tomorrow. That way I can start getting in reps with it. We got spring break next week, so my plan for spring break is to do nothing but just grind out matches while chilling and prepping and packing and all that stuff.
Super cool.
But yeah, so that was Houston. Overall, it was a fun event. I loved the venue hall with how big it felt. Definitely better than San Antonio. Like I didn't feel like we were like squunched in there the entire time. Like, I mean, I could go, I would often lose everybody and be like way off across the side of the room, you know, like, and wasn't like shoulder to shoulder or something weird.
And plenty of bathrooms.
Yes.
There were so many bathrooms.
Let me tell you, if we're back in Houston, I'm using the upstairs bathrooms because that's the secret bathroom.
Yeah, those were good.
The ones upstairs, man, there was no line. I love that upstairs area too. It was just so quiet. Nothing going on. It was insane. So, but I think we are now officially ready to hear, Austin, about this misplay of the week that you got for us.
So I knew as soon as it happened, I even messaged, I literally messaged something like, all right, I got the misplay of the week. Don't worry about it. And it was after round 1. No idea. I said, well, starting strong with the 0-1 into Flareon Dragonite. I just got the misplay of the week for the pod out of the way. So it was game 1. I didn't have a Proton to start, so or if I did have a Proton, like that was it. Like that was my entire hand. So like I Protoned and I saw the Eevee and I saw the Fan Rotom, so I was like, okay. But then I also saw Dratini. I was like, okay, at some point he's got to go into Flareon, and I need a free retreater. So I grab Mimikyu and I do my Proton. And I didn't have anything else. I didn't have a way to draw. Like my hand was so trash. But I knew eventually, hey, he may go into Eevee, and I can just and well, he had a Terabagos in the active, so he was just crisping and like charging that up, and he eventually like powered up or evolved into Flareon in the back. I was like, great. I had like top decked a Giovanni at some point. I like saw I had Rocket's energy. I'm like, okay, I could do something with this. So I messed up my order of operations of like I promoted Mimikyu. It was something like I promoted Mimikyu and then I slammed the Giovanni and then I realized I had to move the Mimikyu out of the active. So then I had to promote like a Murkrow or a Porygon. And then I was like, oh my god. Because if I just would have slowed down, retreated, and then Giovanni, it would have been fine. But then instead, like I had to like attach pass. I like attached and tormented. Or not even, I don't even remember what. It was basically like I couldn't do anything from that turn. It was just a whole wasted turn. So then my opponent like draws her turn, like finds a switch, like takes another knockout. And I was like, all right, we're just scooping. Like we're going to the next game. And that was it threw me off enough to where I was frazzled the rest of the set. I almost brought it back by winning that second game and almost winning the third, but yeah, you really need to slow down, make sure you do the correct order of operations. If I would have retreated, then Giovanni'd my Mimic, or just not a promoted Mimikyu at all.
Yeah. Well, it's such a force of habit thing because Mimikyu's got that free retreat. So anytime Mimi's on the board, like that's what I'm promoting like all the time.
Yeah.
And
because I figured if I one shot that Flareon, there's no way I lose that game.
Yeah.
Because I would have taken 2 prizes. I mean, I don't know. I had a strong feeling I would have been okay. But unfortunately, I just needed to knock out a misplay for y'all. Matthew told me he didn't have any misplays for the week, so I just wanted to knock one out. So everybody would be okay.
Yeah, Giovanni was probably the number 1 card that took getting used to when picking up Honchkrow because of the switching effect from the bench. You know, it's not just a boss's orders where I can promote whatever I know I want to attack with. It's you got to think about that extra step. And sometimes it's a gamble too, because you're not guaranteed, you know, whatever, like whether it be energy or something. But
yup,
you sometimes you just gotta do it, and you gotta take the gamble. I mean, the whole deck is basically gambling.
Yeah, it's a good time.
It is absolutely. Well, we do appreciate your misplay.
Yes.
Hopefully, we have learned to slow down. And
I didn't mess up a Giovanni the rest of the tournament.
Well, good, good. That's what we like to hear.
That's right.
That's the purpose of learning from our misplays. But remember, if you have a misplay that you would like to tell us about, it could be from this past weekend. It could be from 7 years ago. It could be a format that does not exist. We would love to have it here on the podcast. So please leave it in the comments or message us privately over on Twitter. We would love to have that misplay and feature and talk about it. And you know how help other people learn how not to misplay.
Mm-hmm.
But to wrap things up for this episode, let's just go ahead and talk about what do we think is going to happen with the meta, and especially this weekend with 2 events, Cape Town and Seville.
Just off rip, I think it's gonna be more of a Zoroark show. I think there's gonna be, let's see what the meta share was. Well, it was like 10%, 11%. I think it'll go up to 13 or more. I think people are just gonna play that because it's good and it's fun. But just to forecast it even further to Orlando, I think Orlando looks a lot like Houston as far as meta.
Really?
I don't think it changes much. Maybe you get more Grim, maybe you get more Absol, maybe you get a little bit more Frostlass Monkey Dory. But I do think people are going to stop playing Ledge and Dango. I think those will actually go down because of how not well they did.
So in that case, I almost would argue play Epsil Box.
No, yeah, I like Absol Box. I don't think that's bad at all. I think it's a really good deck.
Like I think that like if that's the case, judging off what we've talked about, like your Zoroark matchup isn't the best, but it's also not the worst. So it could be you know, you snipe a few PP ups or the Janine Secret Art, you know, the snipe the black belt, not the black belts, the belt belts training. You know, you're kind of feeling nice in that matchup.
Yeah.
So
not terrible.
No. But I kind of agree. I think it's Zoroark's world. I think that Dragapult will still be number 1 just because it is Dragapult. It's been around the longest. People feel comfortable with it. It's gotten the buffs with the Pokepad. It is a very strong deck. But I definitely think if you were to tell me that Zoroark jumps up to 13%, I would not be surprised. But in that case, let's go ahead and let's make a couple of predictions for these 2 tournaments. Let's see. Give me a second just to pull it back up. Austin, you got anything you want to try to predict?
I want to predict. I don't know if he's going. I just know he travels a lot. But I'm gonna predict that Brent Thomason gets top 8 of Cape Town.
You think Cape Town?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out which one he's going to. If he's going to Cape Town or Seville. I don't look at Twitter that much when people are posting like which ones they're playing at. I'm gonna predict Cape Town.
Okay. I think probably Seville just because it's in Spain, but I don't know. It could be. I know.
I have no idea.
And it's weird whenever we've got double regionals, or these aren't even regionals; these are special events. It's weird to like kind of predict what exactly what's gonna look like over the weekend, but we're gonna try to combine our predictions just for the overall weekend, not do like separate ones. So one of my predictions, or one of my questions to you, Austin, is Dragapult over or under 30% meta share when we combine them.
Like
when we combine them, over or under 30%.
Just like Dragapult Dusknoir, or
Dragapult Dusknoir, how it was in Houston.
It'll be over.
Believe over.
I think it'll be like 32%.
Okay. I mean, it got 16. Maybe I set the bar too low with 30.
No, 30. I mean, 30's not bad.
But I guess
not bad because you would think it would actually go down, but I'm holding strong. People love that deck.
True. True. I think I can I side with the house on this one? I think it's gonna be right at 30.
I mean, that's pretty fair.
Like I think it's gonna be like I feel like Seville will pick up the slack, but Cape Town is gonna have a tank in Dragapult. That's what
I'm quoting you.
I mean. That's fair. That's fair. Go for it.
We're checking Cape Town hard.
Like
They hate Dragapult over there.
I mean, it's a South African event. We don't get a lot of those. We don't really know what their meta looks like.
Yeah, we don't know what they like over there.
We really don't, which is why I think their Dragapult numbers are going to be lower. And Seville will just pick up their slack, but it's not going to be enough slack to really be over or under. I think I'm a side with the house.
All right, that's fair.
I think 30% is pretty solid. All right. Pick a deck to make top 8 at either one, and don't be lame.
Don't be lame. What does don't be lame mean?
Don't be lame.
It's gotta be Francois Monkey Dory. I think I say it every pod. Francois Monkey Dory will make cut. I'm gonna predict 4 make it total, like 2 and 2.
4 total. Okay.
Yeah, I think that deck is cracked. That deck is really, really good.
Okay.
And it got more eyes on it for sure.
True. I think I'm gonna go with. Let me make sure I'm not being too stupid with this pick. I mean, there's a good chance of it. I'm gonna predict that there will be. I know we're saying it's Zoroark's world, but I'm gonna say there's 5 Guardies
Total.
total.
All right, that's fair.
One of them,
I don't think that'll happen, but I like the guess.
I think it's fine. I mean, looking at it, we might be a little bit reaching, but you know what? It'll be fine. We're gonna say 5 Guardies because again, we don't know.
Right.
I think Cape Town loves Guardie. That's what we're gonna say they love.
Oh well, then all right, they're the Guardian Nation.
Maybe they're the people of Henry Chow. I don't know.
Good lord.
Henry Chow just shows up to Cape Town and is worshipped like a king there or something.
He gets there and they're like, all right, we have to swap everybody. Yeah. He's arrived.
The king has arrived.
No, I'm not gonna lie. When he was like 9-0, 10-0, I was like, holy, like he's definitely winning Houston. I had zero doubt whenever I saw that.
Which is why I think that his run is gonna like inspire people to pick it back up.
Yep, for sure. That's definitely what's happened with this Zoroark movement. While Zoroark's like gotten better because of the cards. Liam Halliburton is a monster.
Absolutely.
With that deck.
Absolutely.
Which is only bringing other good players to that deck, which is bringing more people to it. So it definitely happens, like, for sure. I don't think Guardian would be as popular if it wasn't people like Henry, Makani, and others like playing it.
Yeah. And that's why I think like Henry just had such a strong weekend with it. I mean, to lose and then just double ID into top cut, like eyes are on him again. You know, he's kind of taking the backseat this season, but this stance in Houston definitely just put the eyes back on him and back onto Gardevoir as a whole, where I really believe that like this is it. Like Guardy will be played more, even though it is a Zoroark world.
He'll play it a little bit longer till the rotation knocks it off, and I'm so excited.
Well, that's the thing too, is that all these South African people, man, this is their only event that, you know, they ain't got to travel for. They've been grinding Guardy for years.
Yeah, literally, yeah. That's right.
So, I mean, I feel like my prediction's not too far off. Maybe I'd say 5.
I'm a fan.
It'd be solid. But also, you got anything else you want to say to the people before we head out of here?
There was something, but now I don't remember. There are hidden vlogs that we took throughout the day. I want to know where those vlogs are, Matthew, because I took vlogs with you. I took vlogs with Joanne. The people want to know where the vlogs are.
So I got to be honest about my vlogs.
Oh no!
I did it rounds 1 through 4, and then I just completely dropped the ball.
It's okay.
And they were good content, and I'm mad about it. I really am, because like I went around to you, Jawan, Ireland, like everybody, but I got distracted in between rounds because I would finish my rounds early, so I would have time to do the vlogs. But then I started going to time because I ended up in the tie bracket, and I'm sorry, the tie bracket is just the worst place to be.
It is tough.
And so whenever I went to time, like, I'd meet up with you guys, talk real fast. And then before I could even like Ellie was there, and I would, talk and like with her, see what she was, she had going on. And then by the time I got done, it was, oh, hey, pairings are up. And it was like, well, crap, I didn't vlog this round. So about round 6, I just gave up on it. I was like, I could say, I could backtrack, do rounds, 5, 4 and 5. But then whenever round 6 happened, I was like, yeah, they're toast.
I don't think I'm ever going to do celeb shuffles again. Not because they don't work, but because of the amount of time it takes for me to find every person to shuffle my deck.
Yeah.
Like, I literally was like, I would finish a round and I'd be like, all right, I found this group of 3 people. Oh, wait, I need to use the bathroom. Oh, wait, I need to get water. Oh, wait, I have to do this. Oh, wait, my sleeves ripped. I need sleeves. Oh, I didn't bring backup sleeves. Oh, I got to get sleeves and re-sleeve my deck. But this person hasn't shuffled my deck. I was like tweaking in between rounds. So on the way home, I was telling Cam, I'm like, I will not be doing celeb shuffles for NAAC. I don't think I'm going to do it.
I mean,
I'll just get like a pre-tournament celeb shuffle, and then I'll be done with it.
I mean, I think it's fine if you want, like, with whatever group you find to do it, but like, no, I definitely agree that that would stress me out trying to get everybody to do it.
It was round 4 or 5, and I was like, I cannot find Mason. Where is Mason?
I don't know if you really wanted Mason's luck on your deck, though.
Everybody. He always says that too. He's like, "You're not gonna want my luck. I'm so unlucky." I'm like, nah, everybody does it.
Yeah. I don't know about that one, Chief. I mean, I was more than happy to give you my luck. I mean, I was on a hot streak, so I was like, let me see what I can do for you. But yeah, definitely not doing that. But yeah, no, those vlogs disappeared into the void. I do have them.
If we get like 30 people asking me about them, we're gonna release the vlogs.
We'll release them. It'll be a very short video. I'll piece them together.
It'll just be like quick.
What it might be is I will do the vlogs up until the point that I don't have them anymore, and then just clip the podcast episode right after it where we talk about our run.
Just the second half of your Orlando run is just is like the other vlogs.
Oh yeah.
There you go. Just merge the regionals together. Just have a good second half of Orlando. And merge it.
Wow. No, I will be better about Orlando. Ellie's not going with me there, so I will definitely be not distracted or as distracted in between rounds.
You'll have Brennan. Brennan won't forget.
Brennan better not forget.
But won't forget.
But I did like it. I love the idea of like going around and like, meeting up with everybody and talking about whatever round and this, that, and the other. Definitely want to do more of it. Just gotta hold myself to it. You should have been like,
that's right.
You should be like, yo, why we gotta catch up, something. But nah, I dropped the ball.
10 out of 10 regional though. Can't complain.
No, it was solid. It was solid. It was a good time. Good people. Had a lot of fun. Picked up a lot of plushies that I didn't need. Dude, I found a Finnison water gun. That's pretty sick. I don't know why I bought it, but let me tell you.
Oh, well, you need it.
Let me tell you, this water gun is amazing, and there probably will be some content coming out with the water gun. I'll tell you the possibilities of this thing. It was a $20 water gun. It's a little plastic water gun that's just Finnison, but let me tell you, the possibilities of what could come from this, amazing.
Summer's coming up.
Absolutely.
It's a good idea.
I'm already cooking up stuff.
Right.
But I think that's going to do it for us this episode. Remember that we do try to release this podcast every Tuesday morning at 7 a.m. I know this week we're a little bit off, but that's because we were on the road and I got back and I had to go to the doctor and it was just a whole mess and didn't feel like it. But if you want to stay up to date with us, you can follow the Mafia either on X or on YouTube at misplay_mafia. You can follow Austin on Twitter over at Digi Donuts Poke. Is that correct? Did I say it right?
Perfect.
Great. Yep. At Digi Donuts Poke, and myself at Daunted Break. And remember, just tune in every week so you don't miss a moment of the misplays. And we will see you guys next week.
Peace.